Hi guys, good evening. Nice to see you guys again. And the topic that I have for today is on emotional resilience. A lot of things that we talk about on the emotions are connected, and some of these things may seem like you may have heard me discuss this before on different aspects of our topics. So today, I want to speak specifically on emotional resilience and also on how we can adapt some of these. Like, do we talk about emotional resilience, as well as what is it that we can do in order to have more emotional resilience. So the first thing is in this last 2 years where we have had COVID, emotional resilience is one of the buzzwords. Like, people actually kept talking about the fact that this emotional resilience is the key word for 2021, especially because in a lot of ways our lives have been turned upside down in the last one year, 8 months, is it, that we have gone through all the things that we have gone through. Hi uncle, hi Darshana, nice to see you both. And in order for us to rebuild back ourselves, rebuild our business, our jobs, our careers, rebuild our country, we need to have emotional resilience. And what that means is that we have to have that ability to stand up when we get knocked down, the ability to see past what we perceive as failures and be able to push on, to figure out how do we get through this block. Like, what do we have to do to get past this? Do we have to reskill ourselves? Do we have to learn something new? Do we have to do something differently and stuff like that? Now, this is really important. I attended a talk over the weekend where they were talking about business trends, and one of the things that was shared is that this COVID situation, I mean, although we really hope for things to improve and for things to get better, however, we also have to be prepared to live with COVID for some time, because WHO has already said that this may not be a pandemic, this may be something for a longer term. And if we read between the lines, they could be telling us that this could be an endemic. Now, what endemic means is that we have to live with this. We have to live alongside COVID for a long time. And we have been living alongside a lot of diseases in our lives. Yeah, we live along with dengue in Malaysia. We live along with influenza. We live along with chickenpox and a lot of such sickness. And COVID could be just one of them that we have to learn to live with. And while we are learning to live with it, we may have to do things differently because it is dangerous. It is a sickness that can cause people to be hospitalized, to be put on ventilators, to even cause to us to lose people to lose lives. So we have to be very conscious about the behavior shift that we have to do, which means that there could be a lot of change that we have to anticipate. The way we study, the way we work, the way we run businesses. More businesses may need to shift to digital. Schools may need to adapt this new technology of online learning more effectively. So there's a lot of things that is going to happen, and for a lot of people, change could be something which is very uncomfortable. And to go through this, we will need emotional resilience, because at times we may feel a lot of things that we are comfortable with, that we are knowledgeable with, that we are skilled with, suddenly may not be enough. So one of the ways to learn emotional resilience is to learn from people who have emotional resilience. People learn emotional resilience by going through hardship in some way. It could be a solving a lot of crisis in their lives to having gone through a very big difficult crisis. All this will build our emotional resilience. And we can actually look at people who have emotional resilience and we can learn from them. And if we don't have the time to go and learn directly from such people, what we can do is we can read articles about them, we can read books about them. There has been research done as well on people with emotional resilience, and we can dig up on those things. So today I'm going to share some of the attributes that people who are emotionally resilient have. And by looking at this, we can model ourselves to these characteristics. And if we do it, purposefully and with persistence, we can also adapt these things. I practice NLP when I do my coaching and training. And one of the most powerful things in NLP is modeling, which is if I want to be successful like somebody, I look at what they do and I model myself after them. And my belief is that if they can be successful following this path and these characteristics and this set of behaviors, I have a good chance of doing that as well. So some of the things with emotionally resilient people is that they fully experience the positive and negative emotions in life. Now we meet a lot of people who don't dare to go to the negative side. They protect themselves and surround themselves only with the positives. They don't read negative news, they don't look at negative stuff. They just want to focus on positivity. Research actually shows that this may not be the best way to go forward. We need to be able to experience both positive and negative, because what happens is that when we don't experience our negative emotions, or when we don't pay attention to the negativity around us, it doesn't mean that it's not impacting us. It just means that we are avoiding it or we are suppressing it. And that could actually be dangerous, because when these feelings are unattended, it can go deep into our subconscious, and when it's there without our awareness, it can control us. So what emotionally resilient people do is they accept life as it unfolds, both the good and the not so good. They allow both the experiences to be experienced. They are able to sit down side by side with negative feelings and positive feelings, and are able to experience it. So what this means is that while they are feeling sad about their life, they are also feeling grateful for something else. They take stock of both. So at any one time, they know that life is not just bad, because lots of good stuff is happening. Instead of judging things as negative or positive and trying to avoid this and all of that, they just be. They don't resist life. There's no struggle. Just experience it, and whatever we learn, we can move forward with that. Yeah. So this is one aspect. It's something to think about when we. Hi, Thambi. So when we experience both, there is really a balance. So you don't at any one time feel that life is very bad or good, because you can experience both. And in reality, that is how life is. Life has always got positives and negatives. This is also called realistic optimism. Yeah, realistic optimism is people who can see both sides. People who are optimistic, positive people, have got a very positive outlook on life. Pessimistic people are very critical. Now, realistic optimism actually is a combination of both. You're very hopeful about life generally, but you are also able to have this critical thinking applied on top of it, which will kind of like balance and allow us, when we go through life and the challenges, we are able to have creative problem solving to areas that is not going very well, and you will always feel very hopeful about finding a solution and making things better. So that's one. Now the other area is people who are emotionally resilient are able to deal with rejection. Now rejection is part and parcel of life. No matter what we do, there will be people who are not happy with what we do. There will always be somebody, and it's got nothing to do with what we are doing. It is to do with their own values. You know, like I like chocolate, but there could be somebody who detests chocolate, and just because when I offer chocolate and the person says no, it doesn't mean that what I did was bad or that chocolate is bad. It's just that that person doesn't like chocolate. Emotionally resilient people will not take rejection personally. They will know that it has got to do with that person's value, or maybe that person is not ready to accommodate our request or buy the service that we are selling or buy the product that we are selling. So we just move on to the next person and move on to the next person. But if we don't have emotional resilience, then if I try to do something and I get a no, then I will become a prisoner of my own thoughts. In my mind, oh my God, why that person said no? Is it because I'm wearing this brown t-shirt? Is it because of my hairstyle? I haven't gone to the hair salon in months. Is it because of this? Now, none of this makes any sense. It's all in our head. That person could have rejected it simply because they did not need that product or the service or whatever. Maybe they didn't have money to buy it. But we can actually create a lot of things in our own mind and become what we call the prisoner of our own thoughts. So emotionally resilient people are able to reject rejection and just keep moving forward. So that's another trait of emotionally resilient people. The third thing about emotionally resilient people is that they have got a strong support system. They actually know how to ask for help. They surround themselves with a circle of positive people that they can either coach them or mentor them or just be there to give support to them. And this keeps them going, because at any time all of us can have a down day. We are all humans and we have emotions, and the emotions can act up sometimes. So sometimes, even though no matter how geared up or how positive I am, sometimes I'm going to have a down day, and I'm going to need to call somebody up who's going to give me a pep talk and tell me to put my chin up and walk out again. And emotionally resilient people will find this support system before they have issues. They're good at relationship building as well. So this is another trait, to have that support system. We are not islands. No man is an island. We all need our fellow humans to provide support for us. And for business people, entrepreneurs, we have to find a positive business circle. People who are going to motivate us and give us a pep talk, and every now and then give us a kick to push us to keep going forward. So that's another trait. Now the fourth trait is that emotionally resilient people are aware. They noticed all the small things and they're appreciative of the small things. People who are not emotionally resilient, on the other hand, they are very negative focused. They are only looking at the bad side. Their focus is so much on the bad things that they miss out all the little small positive things that is happening. And because emotionally resilient people are always very aware of the small things that they are appreciative about, they know at any time life is never bad. And in reality, life is never ever totally bad. So this is another thing that keeps them going strong, because they are able to always appreciate something that's happening. And this takes on to the next trait that they have, is that they are always very grateful. When things happen, they can, hi Maliga, nice to see you. So when things go wrong, as things will definitely go wrong eventually at some point, they are able to look at the bright side of what happened. Because if you think of challenges as or anything that happens in our life as either you get the results that we want or we get a learning. Now, emotionally resilient people, when things don't go well, they will look for the learning. And because there is a learning, they don't mind that. They're grateful for that piece of learning, even though it could have put them through a challenging position. So they are always looking for the learnings and how to get better, and this keeps them going. They have the they understand that resilience can actually be developed through learn through all the experience in life. And as we experience something and it's not going so well, is an opportunity to build up our skills, because it actually clearly shows that we lack skills, and that is the reason why we did not manage to push through that bit. Now if we can just take it as that and just go and learn that skill, identify what skill did we lack, and if we learn that skill, we would be able to push through. Thanks, Malika. Nice to see you here too. And hi, Uma. So that is one of the things that people who are emotionally resilient have. They have got immense gratitude for everything that happens in their life, even when things don't go well, because that is a learning opportunities. Now that's the other thing, which is emotionally resilient people are always seeking to learn and to grow, because emotionally resilient people realize that every time you come to a challenge, it's an opportunity for growth. And this also ties back to the growth mindset that these people have, which is they know that in order for them to achieve their goal, they are not going to be achieving it with the current skill set and with the current knowledge that they have. Eventually, as they go, they already know that they are going to hit bumps, and they already know that when they hit bumps, this is for them to understand what to learn and actually just go and learn. So there's continuous learning as they go along. This is one of the reasons why when we have got something like COVID, the government spends so much of money to retrain and to reskill people, because we have hit an obstacle. The old way of working, old way of living is not working out with the current challenges that is happening now. So we have to reskill ourselves. Now there was so much of free training and things like that given last year as well as this year. I don't know how many people took advantage of it. Now the people with the growth mindset would have taken advantage of this, because they could clearly see that this is a roadblock and I have to reskill myself to get past it. Now people who don't have this growth mindset will try to do it the old way, with the old knowledge that they have and the old skill set that they have. And when we keep doing things the same way, we cannot expect a different result. We will get the same result. So this is something else that we can learn from emotionally resilient people. Keep learning and keep skilling up. And the last one is, to have this hopeful optimism. Yeah, have this hopeful optimism that things will get better, and we are in the driver's seat, and we can always keep moving forward, because there's always something that we do. There's always choices that we have in order to move forward. So these guys are some of the things that emotionally resilient people do. And if we can model ourselves after them, there's a lot that we can also achieve when things are not going very well, especially in a challenging time like this. Thanks, Malika. Nice to see you. Hope to see you more often. And that is all I have, everyone. So do let me know if there is any insights or any thing that you would like to say. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye.